You may wonder whether political education is still an important discussion today. My name is Helen Adana. We are going to talk about the correlation between political education with awareness in participating as an observant amongst Bawaslu DKI Jakarta Province, SKPP entry-level attendee 2021. This research departs from the existence of critical reflections related to the conditions of holding elections and understanding political participation in communities that contain gaps. As we all know, a country that adheres to a democratic system certainly accommodates the implementation of elections as a form of concretization of the conceptions of people's sovereignty. However, reality shows that although a democracy has repeatedly conducted elections, there is never a sure guarantee that its implementation will proceed democratically. The main problem related to the disruption of democratization in elections can be seen from the number of frauds that occur. Data from Bawaslu Republik Indonesia shows that throughout the 2019 elections, there were 29,169 cases of electoral frauds, where the DKI Jakarta province contributed 103 cases. The thing is, why does electoral fraud often occur, even though there are state institutions in charge of supervising the implementations of election? The fraud actually shows a weakness in Bawaslu body, where the weakness refers to the limitations of personnel owned, making it difficult to reach the entire area and object of supervisions. Therefore, there is a need for other supervisory mechanism outside the Bawaslu institutions. The supervision mechanism refers to the willingness of the community to participate in the realm of supervision as a form of political participation. This is what is known as participatory monitoring or supervision. However, the next problem is that the community doesn't understand of participatory monitoring. People have so far only interpreted political participation as coming to the polling station to vote on the day of polling. Professor Komarudin Sahid in his book mentions that voting is at the time of election is the most minimal form of political participation. This condition then made Bawaslu determined to open up space for community involvement in the realm of election supervision by initiating a political education program known as Sekolah Kader Pengawas Partisipatif or SKPP. It is hoped that SKPP will be able to become a learning tool for people who want to understand the scope of participatory monitoring, so that later SKPP will be able to produce independent participatory actors. Based on the background that I have put forward, it can be understood that the purpose of implementing SKPP as a political education is to increase the understanding of participatory monitoring. Referring to this, I was then interested in researching whether political education is indeed related to the understanding of participatory monitoring. Therefore, the purpose of the study is to determine the correlation between political education with understanding of political monitoring. Next, the following are some theories and expert opinions that used in the study. The research instrument was then developed using OSJA theory, which formulated that the scope of participatory supervision includes the legal framework for election, the principle of impartiality, non-intervention, non-violence, the ability to produce a record of observations, and an introduction to the object of supervision. Meanwhile, for the political education, the research instrument was made with reference to the Eko Handoyo and Lestari political education theory, which includes cognitive, affective, and psychometric aspects. The research data that has been categorized shows that the condition of the respondents' political attitudes and the political education variable generally falls into the moderate criteria. This is not much different from what happened to the variable understanding of participatory monitoring, where the respondents' understanding of participatory monitoring was also in the moderate criteria. The result of hypothesis testing indicate that there is a correlation between the two variables. This is quite evident based on the calculation results of the product moment correlation test, where the ear count value is 0.935. The conclusion that can be drawn based on the result of the study is that there is a positive, very strong and significant relationship between political education and the understanding of participatory monitoring in the participants of the entry-level SKPP Bawaslu DKI Jakarta Province in 2021. This means that implementation of quality political education will go hand in hand with increasing public understanding capacity regarding participatory election monitoring. Thank you very much for your kind of attention. I'll see you next time.